Welcome to the official Personality Guru. ISTJs who identify as Enneagram 2 are more people-oriented and have a softer edge than your typical ISTJ. While most ISTJs enjoy spending time alone and tend to keep themselves to themselves, they can be quite critical. However, this is a rare Enneagram type for an ISTJ. ISTJ Enneagram 2s have a more caring side. They're always looking out for their loved ones and they're quick to lend a helping hand. While they might not be nurturing in a warm, stereotypical sense, they're highly perceptive and they use this skill to pick up on other people's needs. This comes from a place of genuinely wanting to help others. In general, people of the ISTJ personality type are known for their consistency, reliability, and trustworthiness. These traits are even more accentuated in ISTJ Enneagram 2s. They take pride in being someone who can be counted on. However, ISTJ Enneagram 2s can be manipulative at times. If you have found this YouTube channel, you probably already know which of the 16 personality types you are, or you are trying to discover which one you are. But do you know your Enneagram type? If not, you should definitely check it out. There is a lot of valuable information to be gleaned from this personality theory. But even if you're already familiar with the Enneagram, did you know that there's a correlation between the 16 personality types and Enneagram? While the 16 personalities model is more focused on how we interact with the world around us, the Enneagram framework delves deeper into our underlying motivations and basic fears. So when you combine your 16 personality types and your Enneagram type, you can get some even deeper insights into why you make decisions the way that you do or why you behave in such certain ways. Today we are going to take a look about ISTJ personality and Enneagram type 2. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. The ISTJ personality is all about fulfilling their honorable duties. The ISTJ is a very hardworking and dedicated type. They are very responsible and are one of the backbones of many societies. They strive to do their best and uphold traditions and beliefs that have gotten their families and communities through many generations. The ISTJ can be a bit of a traditionalist, which makes them quite stubborn and resistant to change. This can be a problem if they are not able to adapt to the changing world around them. However, the ISTJ is smart enough to grasp how things are moving, and we're likely to be intelligent enough to survive whatever setbacks or changes they experience. They can be a bit understated in their appearance, but they tend to be consistently providing for their families. They can get the tedious work done that doesn't get enough praise, and they are usually willing to do it without recognition. However, that doesn't mean they should be taken for granted. No, the ISTJ would be sorely missed if they weren't around making sure everything is working like a well-oiled machine. The ISTJ has a quiet demeanor and earns respect from others by showing up every day. They are big on integrity and believe doing the right thing the right way is the noble thing to do, even if it doesn't get the fanfare and recognition it deserves. The ISTJ may need to recognize that others are not as reliable and steadfast as them, and allow some flexibility and compassion to others that can't reach or attain their high standards. The Enneagram Type 2 is all about being a helper. The Enneagram Type 2 wants to be needed, and this is a great at fulfilling a role that makes them of service to the people around them. They can be driven to help others in order to be close to people. They may struggle a bit with possessiveness, but ideally they are seen as having unconditional love for others. The 2 is good at being an ideal parent. They are able to understand, listen, and encourage others to reach their full potential. They are compassionate and look for ways to help others grow. They do need to watch out for becoming too prideful and too involved in the lives of others. Autonomy is key. They need to learn how to give without expectations and have healthy boundaries with the ones they're trying to help. The 2 has a drive where they feel the need to put others first and ahead of themselves. However, this can cause resentment and bitterness. When they are at their best, they're supportive and emotionally understanding of others and can be just the nurturing voice that someone may need in their life. Type 2s often agree, trust, and cooperate with others. At their best, they are friendly, affectionate, and bring out the warmth and sympathy in others. Type 2s may be too agreeable and quick to compromise. At their worst, they may seek approval and agreement too much, and be dependent on the approval of other people. As an ISTJ, a notable difference between you and most Type 2s is in your interpersonal warmth. You're likely in the colder, more combative side of the spectrum. Compared to you and other ISTJs, Type 2 can sometimes feel overly focused on feelings and intentions rather than facts of the matter at hand. Another important difference between you and most Type 2s is in your relative assertiveness or passivity in social situations. Like many ISTJs, you are often on the more passive, reserved side of the spectrum. In some cases, this is a perfect complement to Type 2's more dominant assertive style, and the two of you can make an effective team. However, you may find that you need to put extra effort into making your opinions heard when working with Type 2s. Type 2s tend to be tense, concerned, and vigilant in many situations. They usually have a pessimistic outlook and are often looking for what could go wrong next. Type 2s are highly active and tend to juggle many tasks. When things go wrong, this energy can turn into frustration and impatience, and they are more likely to express their dissatisfaction of others. ISTJs and Type 2s often default to the negative side of the emotional spectrum. While you may not always express them, you are more likely to experience negative emotions like sadness, worry, frustration, and impatience. It is rare to find ISTJs or Type 2s in a bubbly, cheerful mood. Like most people, they have moments of joy and satisfaction, but this dissipates quickly. They often point out the negatives in most situations and have a more pessimistic outlook. ISTJs are practical realists. They focus on building practical skills and essential knowledge and are less likely to spend time learning for learning's sake. In addition, they usually value conventional, tangible accomplishments over artistic expressions and rarely feel compelled to develop a creative outlet. Type 2s are idealistic, creative dreamers. They tend to be interested in the nuances of emotional and artistic experiences, looking for patterns and meaningful insights. Type 2s are comfortable with ambiguity and abstract concepts, focusing on the big picture rather than technical details. They often practice some form of creative expression and are likely to hold a few unconventional, eccentric beliefs. As an ISTJ, you and most Type 2s are down-to-earth, straightforward thinkers, and you'd both prefer to stick to the essentials and focus on practical issues. You try to avoid overcomplicating matters. When you and your Type 2 counterpart are together, your conversations are more likely to revolve around concrete details, facts, and conventional topics rather than theoretical or philosophical ones. Another difference between ISTJs and Type 2s is their relative interest in aesthetic, artistic, and emotional experiences. As an ISTJ, you tend to be more practical and focused on tangible results, while your Type 2 counterpart is more likely to be drawn into the emotional and artistic aspects of an experience. In addition, ISTJs and Type 2s often differ in their receptivity to unconventional, eccentric ways of thinking. Like many ISTJs, you often lean towards well-worn, conventional approaches and view new alternatives with healthy skepticism. In contrast, Type 2s are quicker to do away with convention and embrace a new approach. Most ISTJs and Type 2s share a similar organizational style. ISTJs and Type 2s are usually systematic and highly organized. They like setting big, long-term goals and then creating detailed plans to accomplish them. ISTJs and Type 2s are generally good at ignoring distractions and making steady progress through consistent routines and habits. As an ISTJ, you and most Type 2s share a natural drive to achieve and perform at a high level. Both of you enjoy setting goals and pushing yourselves to accomplish them, and you likely share an interest in self-improvement and productivity strategies. As a result, you and your Type 2 counterpart can fuel each other's ambition and keep each other accountable as you work towards your long-term goals. However, between the two of you, nobody usually reminds you to slow down and enjoy the present. Similarly, ISTJs and Type 2s tend to be neat, tidy, and organized. You both rely on high amounts of structure and routine, and compared to most people, you have lower tolerances for messiness and disorder. With a few exceptions, both of you stick closely to most social conventions and feel uncomfortable straying from them. How about you as an ISTJ personality and Enneagram Type 2? What are the information about you that you would like to share aside, of course, from what we have mentioned? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. ISTJs are present-oriented and can take in information from their surroundings. They have a good memory and can use prior experience to predict or expect what will happen in the future. ISTJs are present-oriented and can take in information from their surroundings. They have a good memory and can use prior experience to predict or expect what will happen in the future. ISTJs often have gut feelings about different situations, although they make decisions based on logic, but their feelings inform them to trust their emotional instinct rather than just facts. This is the weakest part of ISTJ personality. They enjoy new ideas and experiences which help them to have a more balanced personality. Before we continue, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Type 2 wing theory has basic traits of Type 2 and secondary traits of Type 3. Both types reinforce each other and push such people to easily relate to others, be charming, adaptable, intimate, and create a deep connection with others. They can be seductive and use charms to win the affection of people. They basically seek to be validated and appreciated.